Greetings, I'm Demonac. Now let's slay the Spire. Alright, had a bit of a sore throat today. Let's make it worse by recording. Today's daily climb is Ironclad, 2 colorless cards. All enemies start with the slow debuff, so that makes it easier, because the more cards you can play in one round, the more damage your attacks are doing. But they have Night Terrors, so resting is super effective, but permanently reduces your hit points. Okay, I think overall, theoretically, this should be an easier run, because the slow thing is, it's not the world's biggest advantage, but if you get going with a combo deck, it can do a lot. And the Night Terrors, I feel like Night Terrors, oh my god, every time I see that, I'm like, oh my god, this is like the worst drawback ever. But that's because the first time I ran into it, there was also a thing that said you can't smith cards. So every time you hit a campsite, you just lost 5 max HP, whether you needed to rest or not, because you didn't have another option, unless you got some item that gave you the other options. So in a situation where you still have the smith option at campsites, Night Terrors I can live with. It's actually, when you really, really badly need the heal, it's worth 5 max hit points to get fully healed right now. So I think it works out just fine. First, I'll probably get a bunch of resting items, which always pisses me off. What were those colorless cards we gained? Secret Technique, awesome. Dramatic Entrance, totally solid. Dramatic Entrance will make the early game much easier. Okay, we don't need to shop this early. That's generally how I feel. There's a shop up here or up there. I get 2 choices. Don't get all these campsites if I go up that way. I get one of them if I go this way. If I go here, I get no elites, so I'm not getting the relics, but there's a lot of that in the campsite. Let's maybe go up this way, question marks, 1 elite, and then I can still get a campsite and then a shop. Or, I actually get more question marks if I go up this one. Okay, that's the plan. This dude, he can be a little hurtful sometimes. Yeah, he's going to do a lot of damage first round. So let's get ourselves one of our defends. That is a gigantic waste of that card, but it's adding the slow debuff, so our attack will do 10% more damage. And also, whatever, just not take damage. Should we have that, so I don't, they didn't mess around with our artifacts this time, so I'm actually okay for normal healing, but whatever. So that last one did plus 40% damage, which is not huge at this stage, but not too shabby. Okay. And now he's attacking less, which is fine. Yeah, we can't kill him, so we'll just do that and not take the buff. I did it in the wrong order for the buff, but I was not overly concerned. Although, actually, he armored up, so we're not going to kill him this time either. Ooh. Guess I should have done it in the right order last time. I don't think it would have made 6 points worth of difference, though. I think it would have just been really close. And we're still totally safe. We're not losing any health permanently. Okay. Shockwave. We learned that Shockwave is not too bad. That's a lot of weak and vulnerable. That actually does a lot for you. But given the slow thing, that they're taking more damage per card, we're going to take an Anger and see if we can get that shit going. It's early enough we can try and work on that. Remove a card from my deck for 50 gold without increasing the cost at shops? Hell yes. Again, I don't like Bash, but in the early game, having a different card is pretty helpful. We got an extra attacks. Let's take out a Strike for now. I'd love to remove the defense, but I'm always too much for removing defense, and as you know, and I'm more likely to be gaining attacks. So until I gain some defensive cards to replace them with, I'd probably better. Okay, let's spend a whole bunch of hit points trying to get a relic. Oh, we got one on the first try, and it's Pantograph, so we need even less reason to actually heal at campsites. Excellent. 25 hit points right before the boss. Should be fine. See, this is where Dramatic Entrance is going to kick ass. But first, let's play some cards. So this guy's not going to die, so we're going to want to play at least 1 defend. Actually, we can play everything, so we might as well play both defends first. Because that way, we're not going to take damage. We can maybe get some healing out of this fight. 1 Anger would be sufficient to make sure that he dies. Then we're going to go bam, bam. That had a really negative impact on them. Oh no, we've been slimed. Still getting used to that. I haven't played many games since they added that feature, but that's fine. Easy money. Okay. Different cards than usual, that's for sure. Body Slam's really good. I don't know how it's going to work out in my deck in the long run. I mean, when you upgrade it, it costs 0, at which point it's pretty awesome under most circumstances. Like, it's usually at least as good as just, like, a 0 cost 5 damage attack. But, Disarm is good against bosses and stuff. It's not really very good in normal fights. And Havoc is just too random. I don't want to exhaust a random card on my deck, and it's only good, for the most part, if you have more expensive cards, which obviously we don't have yet anyway. I could take nothing, which is a solid option. I want to get the anger thing going, so maybe actually I don't want to make my deck a whole lot thicker. I'm going to take the Disarm. I don't usually take the Disarm, but it exhausts itself, so it's not really making my deck thicker as far as anger is concerned. Because angers don't start to matter until you reshuffle anyway, right? So we'll try that. More question mark. Remove a card, transform a card, or upgrade a card. And we're going to get, hopefully, lots of chances to upgrade cards, although upgrading anger would really help. Upgrading Secret Technique is not bad because it just doesn't exhaust anymore, which is pretty good. Upgrading this means it's 3 strength, which is not really worth an upgrade normally. You want to just transform a card? When you transform a card, you transform it into a card of the same type. Something that I didn't originally know. I thought it was super random. Man, to make my deck faster would probably be good. But I like transform at this stage of the game especially. Like transform, like, defend will just get me another skill. Strike will get me another attack, which is most likely to be better. But let's transform and defend. Whatever. True Grit. Okay, well, we've got to upgrade that for it to be good, but that's totally fine when we upgrade it. Alright, this guy. We need to pound him. We don't need the defend this round, but we have full energy, so we might as well play it first for 10% damage buff. Now, obviously, our things are so small right now that 10% isn't doing much. But it'll start to add up. Yeah, I want a bit more. A bit more. Okay, he's going to hurt us. Now he's penalizing us. This is exhaust a random card. And also when we do stuff, we're buffing him. Be giving him a lot of strength into Disarm. In fact, Disarm is not upgraded. It is literally useless against him. I'll probably end up playing it at some point anyway, just because it's 10% damage buff for the round, and it kind of breaks even, but pretty pointless. So yeah, this sucks right now, I must say. I'm gonna take some damage. Alright, well, let's take slightly less damage for now. Still going to take lots of damage, but I don't want to buff his strength more because I'm not finishing him that fast, that's for sure. I am just going to get pounded. My deck does not have enough options to help deal with him. Now he's vulnerable, so he's not going to last too many more rounds, I hope. So maybe I can start, like, doing the defend thing. Anger first buff. Strike. I literally can't Secret Technique because there are no skills left in my deck. So right now I'm taking 5. If I do this, he's going to get +2 strength. I'm going to end up taking 0. But next round I got to do 20 damage and he's not going to be vulnerable anymore. My deck's probably not going to do 20 damage in one round, is it? Oh, let's do this anyway. I don't think worse, but it might. Alright, so if I do this, so we got not even 18 because the anger's not upgraded. We're just not going to be able to kill him this round. Like 10% more damage is not going to add up on these cards. It's just not even worth spending the energy on this. He is going to smack us a lot. I can't True Grit first to get the extra 10% because we'll get our ass kicked. But we'll True Grit now because this will be the last round for him. So it is actually saving us like 5 damage, but ow. They're all like angers. Merchant no longer runs out of cards, relics, or potions, and his prices are reduced. Excellent. He still runs out of, like, remove a card, but so we can get a Berserk. My health is low. I mean, I guess that works. The Wild Strike doesn't work towards my plan of making my deck thinner. Corruption might, but right now that's not, like, helping. Like, my skills are all cheap, and it costs 3. I don't think I want any of these cards. Do I want to take a Berserk? Like, the thing is, if you're doing well, the Berserk isn't helping you much. No, I'm going to skip that. I don't want those cards. You good stuff. Just heal 26 for free. It says campsites suck. I might have to do that. I don't want the curse, really. Again, I want to make my deck thin and start getting some card drawing and get those angers going. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to heal. You know, it's the least cool option. So we want to get this shop here. Because that way... Campsite? Or we take this and then get that shop. Can I see? We're going to take this one. Smith, and we're not resting if we can possibly avoid it. Man, the Secret Technique is just not as awesome in this deck. We do need to upgrade our anger, though, that's for sure. Upgrading the True Grit would also make a huge difference in its effectiveness, but... So if we go this way, I'm going to end up... I can get another Elite over there. Okay, sold. Paper Frog, vulnerable, is now stronger. Make it wish we took that Shockwave. Speaking of Shockwave, Shockwave! We have not much money. So, because we've been all question marks, and we spent some on the priest there. So we can't get Apotheosis if we wanted it. We could get Swift Strike, which would support our stuff, kind of, but... I mean, it works with the same stuff that works with Anger, but the problem is we need card drawing. I don't want the Evolve for card drawing, though. First off, I have to upgrade it. Sucks until it's upgraded. And then, it's still filling your deck with crap. It's crap that draws you cards, but I don't know if that's actually helping. Well, I guess, like, once it's upgraded, the crap draws you cards. I don't have clashes or anything, so it probably is effective. It just, like, helped me draw more of those. Just help me draw more angers, or I could just spend 60 because everything is cheaper, so I could remove a card for only 60. I do want to make our deck thin. I can also buy a super cheap cleave. You know what? That's got to be worth it, and I can do that and remove a card. So okay, sold. Let's remove a strike this time. I've only got 3 defense, so strike. We'll take the 19 gold cleave. That seems like a good deal. We'll go looking for that elite, unless we get our ass kicked in one of the normal fights. Okay. So you guys are trying to do some damage. If I bash first, yeah, it's fine. If I bash this guy first, that's inconvenient, because he'll get so much armor. I might as well trigger it with that. So, we'll do that. We'll defend once. Actually, Secret Technique, we don't have any zero-cost skills. No, we don't. Okay. So that's really not helping much. Let's play the Secret Technique anyway, because I just remembered, duh. Slow debuff. We'll see if it makes a difference. I think the rounding is not helping us too much right now, but maybe later. So we were going to bash this guy's face. I mean, I guess I should have played that. If I'm going to play a defend, I should have played the defend before that. But let's do that. There. One's dead. Now we're not taking damage. And we triggered his 7 armor, so that was wasted for him. Die. Okay, Combust does not hurt our strategy. It removes itself from the deck. We will take, like, hit point losses. We are hoping to get hit points back from Pantograph, so, I mean, that's not bad. I don't really need all these disarms. I like the idea of keeping the deck thin, but, again, Combust is a power, so it's going to get out of the way quickly. Let's take the Combust, sure. If we get some stuff that cares about losing hit points from cards, then we can try that, too. Okay, you are a big slime. Secret Technique, because that's what we do. Actually, it's a single enemy. You know what? We're going to disarm his ass. Because why not? It'll go away when he splits, but We've got enough energy to play everything, so we'll play the pointless defend first. Ramp up 7 damage, and he's not going to split yet at this point, so we should be able to split him next turn. It's preventing him from attacking. He's not attacking. Okay, well, same difference. When is he going to split, actually? This is going to do 6 with the buff. He's 67, so he's splitting at 33. This should not split him. Crap. Right, I looked at it earlier and saw it did 6, and then I always forget how the rounding goes, so that was totally the wrong move. Excellent, good job. Let's combust them. Yeah, that was a big mistake, and I'm going to take a bunch of damage for it. Awesome. If I strength potion, I wonder, I have to hit them each for 16 or 17. And because I'm weakened, even with the vulnerable, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Well, let's see if I... Whatever, I'm dumb. I'll waste my potion. We'll see if we can take one out of their... So dumb, like, just off by one error. It's just like my job. Oh, they don't split, so I had to kill him. On the other hand, I killed him, so I take half as much damage. Still bad. Speaking of bad, this hand... But whatever. Did that in the wrong order for the slow, too. Like, if I know what's going to happen, if I know the numbers, I should be doing the defenses first, but whatever. I'll get 10% damage buff on you, punk ass. Okay. Infernal Blade is pretty cool. It exhausts itself. Another Cleave is pretty solid. Even though I want to be able to play stuff for cheap, I don't know if I want to count on the Clash. I want a bunch of card drawing. I don't know how many skills and junk I'm going to have. Like, it's strong. I guess I could just take it and plan to not get too many skills. It means that Evolve is not a valid method anymore for card drawing. Which currently, if I saw an Evolve, I could still take it. This does do a lot of damage. And costs 0 when I get some card drawing, which I have none of so far. This costs 0 if it's upgraded, and can do a bunch of damage sometimes. No, I'm going to take the Infernal Blade, whatever. It's more interesting. So I'd like to take no damage in this fight so I can get mostly healed back up. Only one's attacking first round, that's good news. We're going to pull out Infernal Blade. Why not? We're going to Infernal. Hollow Strike. Neat. That's already... That's fine. We don't have any defenses in this hand, eh? Okay. Well... So I guess this is going to kill him. So actually, this is going to kill him, so I can move on to the other one. Nice. He's taking 50% more damage. And should that the other? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to use the combust. Which means I should have defended first, but whatever. I'm assuming I can kill him without taking the 1 damage. Die. We're going to try and get rid of some strikes from our deck, and that's kind of expensive. This is card drawing, but it's expensive card drawing. I think it still costs 1 when you upgrade it. It's like exhaust 1 card and draw 3, I think. Do I want that? It will make my deck smaller. Let's try it. We're not getting any card drawing. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. It's probably a horrible expression, but whatever. Okay, these guys are jerks. We've got some area damage to start with, which is nice, but let's get 1 defend. I don't want to double defend. Gotta do damage, so yeah, well... Wah. Wah. I'm killing the wrong one. I should have been killing one of the ones... Yeah. Over time, it has proven that you want to kill the one that's not on the same cycle as the others. I mean, you want to kill one of the ones that is on the same cycle as another, so you have so they're evened out, so they're just doing the same amount of damage every round. Okay, I don't think we can secret technique for anything useful, but we're going to play it anyway. You can get the Burning Pact, but the Combust would be good, actually. We're not going to kill them fast enough. I can't get the Combust because it's a power, not a thing. Okay. Whatever. Hey, do they not have artifacts? I don't know if they're artifacts. Okay, I don't know. If they don't have an artifact to protect them, maybe they were too annoying and they lost it in the nerfs. I would be okay with that. Their artifact was very annoying. So I could disarm one of them. I don't think I'm going to, because I don't think it's worth the energy. We are going to Infernal Blade, though. I'm hoping to kill one. Zero cost feed. Fantastic. Let's go. Have we not triggered this? Oh, it's because they still have artifact. Obviously, the slow was taking it out. Duh. Why have they not been further debuffed? All enemies start with the slow debuff. Oh, that's just at the start of the fight, so they're not going to have that. Okay, so I can do normal counting. Hold on. So this is going to do 8. And then this would do 9. Oh, no, wait, it's more than that because enemies are super vulnerable. So it's 17. So I should be able to feed this guy for sure. But I gotta stop thinking about the slow thing because it's not happening. That gets an anger going. This gives me permanent health. And then I'm out of energy, so I can't take those guys out. I could weaken one. It's not going to really save that much damage, I don't think. So we'll let it go. Now that they're alternating, I should be able to mostly defend, in theory. A little late for that Combust. It would have been great at the start. Yeah. Let's try and kill this guy before he attacks next time. I don't need to take more damage from the Combust. Again, at the beginning of this fight, it would have been great. Start drawing that crap. That's not great. Cleave is great though. And you die now. And might regret not playing the Combust. I would have taken 2 hit points damage, but this guy would be pretty much dead. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I would have been better off. I would have taken same or less damage. Oh well. If I'd played the Combust. That was just bad luck. Shuriken, every 3 attacks I gain 1 strength. That will be great if I can get the card drawing to make the anger thing go. I have another True Grit, but I haven't upgraded the last one, so I'm not too happy with that. This is taking a lot of health, although it is cheap for damage. When you upgrade it, it goes to 2 hit points and more damage, which at 2 hit points is not too bad. And then I would have multiple things that care about the life loss, so I could try and work if I get a rupture or something like that. This is probably worth it. On the other hand, this does almost as much. Like, this does 10 damage with no drawback. Yeah, I'd better off just taking a Twin Strike. What am I doing? Okay, we're still smithing. Pantograph is going to full heal us before the boss. Anyway, let's... I mean, this costing 0 would be nice. This does upgrade to just, 1 and 3. If it went to 0 cost, it'd be awesome. But no, we're going to upgrade the True Grit, because that has a really big impact on how useful it is. It goes from being, like, usually a bad card, to now it's significantly better than Defend, and it can also help us get rid of stuff. Thin our deck. Okay, this guy does have the slow debuff. It's not attacking the first round. Let's poison his ass, obviously. I need that artifact right now. Try and pay attention. He's defensive. He's not giving us a bad thing right now. Okay, slow. Oh, neat. Okay, let's do that. Even though it might have benefited more from the damage boost than some other things, but I wanted to see what card I was getting. So we got 2 energies. The problem is the Burning Pact is not going to help us too much unless it draws our anger, which we only have 1. If it draws a secret technique, that still doesn't help that much because we're not going to be able to play whatever we get from the secret technique. So I'm going to maybe not play that right now. Yeah, I guess it's just boring old dramatic strike. Cleave will break him into the other mode. So give him the armor, which will the armor will then fall off. So I might as well. I mean, now he's got the spikes, which is annoying, but I think it works better that way. Okay, man, there's a lot of damage. I'd take a damage from him twice if I do this. Making him vulnerable would be good. Let's weak his ass, now that he is attacking in the relevant fashion. And we're gonna go, yeah, defend, bash. Super exciting turn. Some damage. I can actually afford to take a lot more damage, I guess, but combust would be nice because it would get around his spikes. We can't secret technique unless we could draw enough cards to reshuffle, which we can't. Oh well, let's just do stuff to him. Okay, he is already mode shifted back. We can now secret technique. Is there anything we care about? Probably not. I guess we could secret technique into Burning Pact. It's not really helping us that much yet, though. We need more anger, apparently. It will exhaust itself. I've only got 3 energy, so I'm really not helping myself. If I do that, it would cost me 1 energy to Burning Pact, and if I don't get the anger, one of the 2 angers, then it's still bad. So it's not really helping me right now. I guess I could try and thin myself out by taking a defend, just to not use it. Or actually, yeah, I already have one, so I don't need it, that's for sure. Let's do that anyway, just thinning the deck purposes, and it's another point of slow there. Then for our energy, if we could do 40 damage, I don't think we can though. We are not doing 25 damage, but we're going to do this anyway. We're just going to take the small amount of damage from him. It almost broke through. Okay, yeah, now I've got both the angers with the Burning Pact. Thanks, that's really stupid. Well, I can beat your face in. We can get through because of frog power. Which means I should have played one of these first. Oh. Here, let's just get rid of that and try and draw through our deck faster so we can get back to more angers. Alright, we got that Pommel Strike that got infernaled into our deck. Yeah, whatever. Let's we're gonna want to play 1 defend so we take less damage, even though we're gonna mostly kick his ass. Anger first, it's less. Pommel Strike, see what we draw. Doesn't matter. Okay, smash. And shuriken, and combust, and whatever. Fight over, basically. Man. Okay, rare card. Lose hit points to draw cards, which would support the stuff that we don't have in our deck. Impervious would let us not take damage for a turn, or... I mean, this is more healing, which is pretty good, but it's probably not saving us as much damage as just the Impervious. Impervious is expensive and slows us down. Brutality would help us to draw the angers more. Let's go with Brutality. I don't do Brutality enough. Probably just take a whole bunch from that. Okay, so we could go Brutal Pyramid. Brutality would balance out the Pyramid a bit. I don't think we're going to Astrolab. I think we're going to try and keep our deck tight here and probably give us a bunch of random crap we don't want. We could go Snecko Eye, but I have the angers. I want to go with the angers, so I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to go Pyramid instead. Pyramid is less card draw, but I don't know. I feel like we can work with it, because Pyramid is strong. So, yeah. Interact lag. Loading. Alright, so Act 2, it's going to be the night. We'll see what we can do about that next time.
If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.